Welcome to this edition of the Tiger Football Report. I'm your host, Spiro Marikas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pete Shinnick. And Coach, great game for the Tigers on Saturday to close out the season at Johnny Unitas Stadium, and for your 31 seniors as you have a convincing victory over North Carolina A&T. I know you had to be pleased with Saturday's performance.
No, really excited. And you mentioned 31 guys, possibly playing their last game ever in Johnny Unitas Stadium. Some of them, won't travel with us to the next game. So in order to be able to honor them and send them out the right way, felt great about that. And one of the things we wanted to do, obviously, we talked all last year, going 1-4 at home was not something that we were very excited about in 2023. So to be able to flip that script in 2024, go 4-1 at home, great weather every time. So got to have that in 2025, make that work. Sunshine every game we played, but really proud of our guys, and really to come out, I think can play, probably play a complete game, or 3.5 quarters worth. I mean, I thought our defense still played well there at the end, where they were able to score a couple times, but to come out, score on the opening possession, that was fantastic. Defense played great the entire time. Get a field goal, get up 10-0, and then really kind of find our way throughout the course of the rest of the game.
You were playing a team that had lost 9 straight games, and a lot of times, if you don't get a quick start, they start to think, you know what? This could be the day that we're going to change things. And when you guys coming out and taking that quick 10-0 lead, you kind of, I don't want to say ran them out of the gym or anything, but you're 1-9, you've lost 9 in a row, and you've just given up a touchdown and a field goal, and you're saying to yourself, here we go again.
Well, it's funny because that was really all week what we were talking about is don't give them any life, because, they're a team that we thought could score from multiple places. We thought they were athletic across the board. We talked about that last week. Defensively, they had enough people in place, enough big bodies that could create some problems. So, you're exactly right. We just said don't give them any life. Let's not do anything to encourage them. Let's not do anything to get them excited about their time here. So, and really, to be able to come out that first drive and get that done, that was huge. But then, our defense played extremely well the entire game. And really, at some point in time I looked up, we had 400 and some odd yards and they had 110 or something like that, right, somewhere in the fourth quarter. So, we were doing what we were supposed to do. So, that was a huge part of our game plan, huge part of what we wanted to do. We did not want them to get excited. We did not want them to get any momentum. We really didn't want to give them any life whatsoever.
And 6 sacks by the defense, so that was a big help.
Huge. Anytime you can get that, we're getting linebackers, getting sacks. We're getting D linemen getting sacks. We had a freshman, Aaron Clark, get his first sack. That was huge. John Joya was all over the place. Just really fun to watch. And I think that's really what I think we've seen the last 4 or 5 weeks out of our defense is just a group that's flying around, a group that's in the right positions, a group that's doing what they need to do.
I think something that has gone kind of missed a little bit this year is the efficiency of your running backs. You look, Devin Matthews and Tyrell Green, both well over 100 carries, and both averaging 6 yards or more per rush. That is really impressive.
No, both those guys.
And they both run hard.
No, they run extremely hard, and they're a pain in the rear to tackle. They really are. They're going to hit you. They're going to lower their pads. They're going to run through you. Extremely impressive with what they've been able to do, and so we have been able to divide them up pretty evenly. And each week, one might have 70, one might have 80, one might have 100, one might have 60, something like that. They have just been able to attack defenses. I think our O-line's playing really well as well. But even when they don't block, Devin or T are going to run through people. And I think you saw 4 or 5 occasions early on where both those guys were running through tackles. And it's tough on a defense because Devin's his own unique style, and then Tyrell's his own unique style. So you don't really know what you're getting. And then, really probably had his best game, but we know he's been there all year long. But Chris Watkins came in and ran extremely hard as well. So compliment those guys. They feed off each other really well. Great to see all 3 of them play their last home game and play very well.
All right, this week, the finale at Campbell. 2 teams have never played on a football field before. For you guys, 6-5, this guarantees a winning record if you can get the victory this week.
Let's do it.
And, as you mentioned last week, first time 7 victories since 2019. This is a Campbell team kind of unique. They use 2 quarterbacks, and they both run the football.
Yeah, they're both dynamic. The one is playing more in the last couple of games. Number one, not number two, and so he's playing a lot more in these last 3 games. So they're both electric. They're both dynamic. I mean, if you can imagine a similar running style as the William and Mary quarterback, I mean that's what they look like. They've got a wide receiver that can run with anybody, I think, in the country. I mean, we saw him against Liberty, and he did a fantastic job. So extremely explosive on offense. We're going to have to contain them. We're going to have to, hone them in. Our defense, again, we're going to have to play really great team football to be able to limit them, because they can score from anywhere. I mean, they can go the distance at any time.
Now they're 3-7, but it's kind of misleading because you look at the scores of some of their games. I mean, they lost to Rhode Island 21-9. Stony Brook they lost by 7.
Yep.
William and Mary they lost by 7. Richmond they lost by 3.
Yep.
And Richmond is the team that just clinched the CAA regular season championship. So this is a deceiving 3-7 football team.
Agree wholeheartedly. I mean, they could easily be in our situation. And I mean, that's kind of how we're approaching it with our guys. They got to understand that, this team's dangerous, and this team is, getting better every week. So we got to be up for the challenge.
All right, Coach. Good luck. Finale, 7-5. Sounds real good.
Sounds much better than 6-6.
Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Tiger Football Report. Spiro Marikas for the head coach of the Tigers, Pete Shinnick.